In the weeks before Beijing, Michael Phelps kept having the same dream, the number 307, over and over. He didn't know what it meant. There's no swimming event that takes 307. The 200 freestyle is under 2 minutes. The 400 free is closer to 4. Relays don't split that way. Nothing in the sport made sense of it. But the dream kept coming. During naps between brutal 2-a-day practices, right before sleep at night, always the same number, 307. He finally asked his coach, Bob Bowman, what it could possibly mean. Bowman thought about it. Then he said something that changed everything. That's a split time. If you hit 307 after the breaststroke leg of the 400 IM, you're going to finish in 403. Phelps had never gone 403. His world record was 4 minutes and 6 seconds. But some part of his subconscious already knew the time he was capable of swimming, before he'd ever done it. This is the story of the secret document behind 23 gold medals. Every year since childhood, Michael Phelps wrote a goal sheet. Not goals in the vague sense, specific times for specific races, written by hand, kept by his bed, shown to no one except Bowman. When he was younger, he scribbled the times on paper and handed to his coach. Later, he typed them on a laptop and emailed a copy. Bowman never challenged the numbers, never said, "This one's too fast," or "That's not realistic." He'd simply look at the sheet and file it away. The two of them were the only ones who ever saw it. Phelps didn't look at the sheet every day. He didn't need to. He'd memorized every number. But on hard days, days when his body was wrecked, when he didn't want to get in the water, he'd pull it out and stare at it. The sheet wasn't aspirational, it was a contract with himself. 200 fly, 1 minute 51.1 seconds. 400 IM, 4 minutes 5 seconds. 100 free, 47.50 seconds. Numbers he hadn't swum yet. Numbers that would be world records. Most athletes set goals they hoped to hit. Phelps set goals he expected to hit, down to the 100th of a second. And what happened next is where the story gets strange. Phelps is 13 years old. It's a school holiday, and Bowman surprises him by saying, "I'm taking you to lunch." They go to a restaurant Phelps likes. Bowman pulls out a sheet of paper. "Okay, what are your goals for this summer?" Phelps shrugs. "I don't know." So Bowman starts suggesting, "Let's pick 3 events. The 1500 freestyle, almost a mile, Bowman's favorite for building endurance. They write down 16 minutes flat. The 200 butterfly, 2 minutes 4.68 seconds, 100th of a second under the national age group record. That would be a big drop for you," Bowman says. The 400 IM, 4 minutes 31.68 seconds, near the age group record. Bowman slides the paper across the table. "Take this home, put it on your refrigerator, see it every day." That summer, at Junior Nationals in Orlando, Phelps doesn't win any events, but here's what happened. In the 1500, he goes 16 minutes and 8 seconds, 8/100ths off. In the 400 IM, he swims 4 minutes 31.68 seconds, precisely. In the 200 fly, he swims 2 minutes 4.68 seconds, precisely. The 200 fly time was nearly 10 seconds faster than he'd gone in practice 6 weeks earlier. Nobody improves 10 seconds in 6 weeks, but he'd written the number, and his body delivered it to the exact 100th. Bowman had never seen anything like it, neither had anyone else. The ability didn't come from nowhere. Before Michael could swim, his older sisters were at the North Baltimore Aquatic Club. Whitney was supposed to be the star, ranked first in the nation in the 200 fly at 14. Their mother would bring young Michael to practice still in his pajamas, change him in the car, let him play on the deck while the girls trained. What he absorbed wasn't just technique, it was a system. At NBAC, visualization was part of the curriculum. Sit in a dark room, lights down, see a race from start to finish, the dive, the stroke, the flip, the wall. Feel your hands hit the timing pad. Whitney did it, the other swimmers did it, and young Michael watched. At home, his mother would read him relaxation drills before bed. Tighten your right hand into a fist, relax it. Left hand, relax. Learning to deal with tension before he knew what tension was. His mind learned to control his body before his body learned to swim. By 13, Bowman gave the practice a name: put in the videotape. That meant play the race in your head, see every stroke, every split, every wall, see it so clearly that when you dive in for real, you're just pressing play. Phelps could visualize the perfect race. He could also visualize the worst: goggles filling with water, equipment failing, anything going wrong, and rehearse the response. Most athletes train their bodies. Phelps trained the voice inside his head. But Bowman wasn't going to let that training stay theoretical. Bowman's philosophy was simple. If Phelps could handle chaos in practice, he could handle anything in competition, so he manufactured chaos, constantly. One day in Australia, Bowman stepped on Phelps's goggles, deliberately, cracked them. Phelps had to race with damaged equipment. Another time, the power went out at the pool in Michigan. Most coaches would cancel practice. Bowman made them swim in the dark. Good, he said. Forces you to swim by feel. Count your strokes. He made Phelps miss meals before practice, showed up late to pick him up so the schedule would be thrown off, anything to simulate the unexpected. Once, during a photo shoot in the Bahamas, Phelps spent hours working with a dolphin, exhausting. When it was over, most athletes would rest. Bowman ordered another practice, in a cold pool, on a gray day. The message was always the same: your plan will break. The question is whether you've already rehearsed what comes next. By the time Beijing arrived, there was no crisis Phelps hadn't already faced in his head, or in Bob Bowman's carefully constructed torture sessions. Here's the part nobody talks about, the sentence you repeat to yourself before the hard moment. For Phelps, it was programmed, years of rehearsal, a deliberate internal script. Most people don't have that. The voice in their head runs on autopilot, doubt, distraction, noise. If you want a structured way to rewrite that loop, there's an app called Affirmations. It's a short daily practice designed to shape that sentence on purpose. Try it for a few days and watch what your mind reaches for under pressure. Link in the description. Beijing, August 10th, 2008. The 400 individual medley final. Phelps dives in. Butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke. Each leg faster than his world record pace. He touches the wall after the breaststroke, 3/4 of the race complete. The clock reads 3:07, exactly what he'd been dreaming. He swims the final 100 meters, freestyle, with a lead so large he could feel it. No need to look at the competition. He knew the outcome before his hands hit the wall. Final time, 4 minutes and 3.84 seconds. More than 2 seconds faster than his previous world record. The time his subconscious had been whispering for months, delivered in real life. He went on to win 8 gold medals in Beijing, 23 over his career, more than any Olympian in history. But the medals were just the output. The system was the input. A piece of paper, a number written down, and a mind trained to believe it before the body had ever done it. The night before his first Olympic race in Athens, Phelps couldn't sleep. He lay in his room at the Olympic Village, staring at the ceiling for 2 hours, running through the race in his head, every stroke, every turn, every split time. Know what happens when you stare at a ceiling for 2 hours? He later wrote. It's still the same ceiling. But he wasn't looking at the ceiling. He was already swimming.